The moon, performing its eternal and rhythmic dance of cycles. Since the first time humans looked up at the sky, the moon has been a constant presence. It lights up the darkest nights, guides travelers, inspires poets, influences the oceans, and silently accompanies every stage of our lives. But the moon is not just a distant star suspended in the sky. It is a living symbol of the cycles of existence. Every month, the moon seems to change shape. On one night, we see only a thin arc of light. A few days later, we observe it larger and brighter. Later, it appears majestic and full, lighting up the sky in all its splendor. And then it begins to wane again until it almost disappears completely. In reality, the moon does not change shape. What changes is the way we see it from Earth. The moon orbits our planet and reflects the sunlight. As its position changes, different parts of its illuminated surface become visible to us. And it is this dance between the Earth, the moon, and the sun that creates what we call the lunar phases. A complete lunar cycle lasts approximately 29.5 days. During this period, the moon goes through several phases, each with its own unique characteristics and a symbolic energy that has fascinated cultures all over the world for thousands of years. But the influence of the moon goes far beyond what we see. The influence of the moon goes far beyond what our eyes can observe in the sky. One of the most evident connections happens in the oceans. The moon's gravitational force exerts a constant pull on the Earth. This pull moves enormous masses of water and creates the tides. Every day, the seas rise and fall in a rhythmic movement that follows the presence of the moon, almost like a dance. It's impressive to think that a celestial body located about 384,000 kilometers away can move entire oceans. Perhaps that's why many people wonder, if the moon influences gigantic masses of water, could it also influence life on Earth in more subtle ways? Throughout history, countless traditions have answered yes. Many farmers closely observe the phases of the moon before planting or harvesting. Fishermen use lunar cycles to predict the behavior of fish. Ancient peoples organized ceremonies, festivals, and even entire calendars according to the movements of the moon. There is also a connection that has always sparked curiosity: the relationship between the moon and the female cycle. The human menstrual cycle has, on average, a duration very close to that of the lunar cycle. Although modern science has not demonstrated a direct and universal link between the two, many women report feeling more in tune with certain phases of the moon during different moments of their cycles. Various ancestral traditions saw this similarity as a reflection of the deep connection between nature, the body, and the rhythms of the universe. The moon thus became a symbol of the feminine, fertility, creation, and renewal. But perhaps its greatest lesson is something else. The moon teaches us that everything in life happens in cycles. There are moments to begin. There are moments to grow. There are moments to shine. There are moments to withdraw. And there are moments to let go. We live in a society that often encourages us to be constantly growing, productive, and active. However, nature shows us something different. No tree blooms all year round. No river always keeps the same flow. No season lasts forever. And neither does the moon. It grows, it shines, it wanes, it disappears, and then it returns. Always. Perhaps that's why so many people feel a special connection when they look at the moon. It reminds us that change is a part of life, that periods of darkness are not the end, that moments of withdrawal have a purpose, and that even when we cannot see the light, it is still there. Throughout this journey, we will explore each of the lunar phases, understand their meanings, their characteristics, their symbolic influences, and the ways in which we can live in greater harmony with the natural cycles. Because to understand the moon is, in a way, also to understand the cycles of our own soul. And perhaps as we watch its silent dance in the sky, we will discover something very important about our own journey on Earth. Over the next few days, we will examine each of the moon's phases. I'll be waiting for you.